Gonna love it.
Swell.
Hey guys, Brett Varvel here, or Chris Stone from Mayberry Man, and I'm excited to tell you that the Indiegogo campaign for Mayberry Man the series is live. That's right, you can go right now to mayberryman.com for details on how you can get involved with this exciting project.
You have a movie theater in this town, right?
Oh yeah, we got a real nice one down on Main Street.
Yeah.
They did some renovations last year and moved the ladies' room from the second level down to the lobby level. Real classy move.
Okay. That's great, Barney.
Hey, I haven't seen Kate smile like that in years.
Hey, I know who you are. You're the singing guitar player from that episode with the singing guitar player.
No, I'm not.
See, I have an aunt that lives in Augusta, and I was invited out there last summer, but I didn't end up going because she has this feral bird, Jimbo, who bit me when I was a kid, and I don't know, I've just been terrified of birds ever since, and, well, it gave me a rash, and my aunt, she's immune to it, I guess, by
Hey,
now.
how's it going, man?
Basically.
Yeah, are you free this weekend?
Hey y'all, Jacob Winter here, and I am so excited to announce that they are making Mayberry Man the movie into Mayberry Man the streaming series. So go ahead and join us by backing the project on Indiegogo and join the fun.
This is Floyd Lawson coming to you right here in Mount Airy, North Carolina. I'm at the Loaded Goat. Oh, it's a nice place. Not only that, there was a movie filmed here, Mayberry Man. Yeah, you can come just like they did on the Mayberry Man movie and eat at the Loaded Goat and have a nice dynamite burger or one of their other burgers. Voted one of the best hamburger places in all of North Carolina right here in Mount Airy. Oh, and when you drop by, be sure and tell them Floyd sent you. Yeah, maybe they'll, well, they probably won't do anything. Tell them I sent you.
Mayberry Man the movie was such a wonderful success that now it's going to be Mayberry Man the series. Isn't that exciting?
I guarantee this. If you love the Andy Griffith Show, you're going to love Mayberry Man.
Step back a little
Break
bit.
it up now, break it up. You heard the man. Give him some room. Scooch, buddy, scooch.
The way these guys can just gently become the characters, to me, it puts a smile on my face.
You know, when I was a boy, I actually wanted to be a barber. Yeah, but nobody would let me cut their hair. I used to get out back there and catch the neighborhood cats. Yeah, here's an example of somebody worked there.
They kill, they knock it dead.
It's real!
Hey everyone, I'm Court Howell, producer of Mayberry Man, the series, and welcome to another Wednesday Night Live. I am flying solo so far because everybody's working. We're working behind the scenes, getting ready for production. We start filming next week in Danville, Indiana, and then the week after that, we'll be in Mount Airy for a couple of days to do some shooting there, and then we'll be going back to Danville, Indiana to shoot some more scenes. So, and then later in November, we actually have some filming going on in Los Angeles. So a lot going on, a lot of pre-production going on. And if you're participating in the Mayberry Man series, hopefully you're starting to get some emails and phone messages and things like that with more information. We also have a super secret website for those that are expected to participate on set. If you don't have that web address, be sure to reach out to your contact person, whether it's the extras coordinator or AD or production coordinator, who should be in contact with you, at least by email, if not by today, certainly by tomorrow. And so today we're going to talk about wardrobe. And, this is just kind of interesting information, even if you're not participating in the film. So we're going to go through that. We're going to talk about some roles that are still available in Mayberry Man, the series. If you've been sitting on the sidelines or you think you wish you would grab one of those speaking parts or a featured extra or something like that, I'll talk about a few of those roles. We've been kind of continuing to revise the script and update it. And there's some interesting opportunities that have kind of surfaced as we've done that. So I'll give you a little information about that. Our cast list is starting to take shape. So we'll be posting that on Mayberrymanseries.com. So that that website's pretty basic at the moment. We're going to continue to add information there. That's a little different than mayberryman.com. If you go to mayberryman.com, that still takes you to our Indiegogo page where you can still claim perks. It's not too late to get involved. And if you go to Mayberry Man Series, that's where we're posting more information about shoot dates, things like that. And that's where we'll be posting the cast list very soon. There's still a lot of open positions. Most of the open positions are in Los Angeles, which take place in November. But there are a handful of roles available in Danville, North Carolina. There's featured extra opportunities, so that would be a great opportunity there. So let's go to. I prepared a video. Now, this video I prepared for anyone who's going to attend the Mayberry Man filming. So this is sort of informational for them. I'm going to let that play, and you can get an idea, a little more behind the scenes look of what it's like to participate in a production. And specifically, we'll address wardrobe because a lot of people are wondering, what am I supposed to wear if I'm an extra or if I'm acting? Well, generally, you'd have a wardrobe stylist if you're an actor with a speaking role, and you'd go in for a fitting, and they would pick out your clothes and give you clothes to wear. Well, we're not that kind of production, so we kind of have to wardrobe you out of your closet. So there's a little back and forth, but there's a lot of roles in this project because we've involved the fans. A lot of people have a couple of lines here and there, and it's probably more than our wardrobe stylist can get to. So we like to prepare you and just give you some general direction so that you can do a little prep, pre-production of your own and be ready when the time comes. So we'll talk about that. And for this series, it's a season 1. It's a short series. It's a limited series, and it's really 4 episodes. It's one long story that takes place over 4 episodes. And it starts in the summertime, ends at Christmas time. So if you're going to be participating in more than one episode, expect to bring wardrobe for all seasons. So that's just a little hint. But let's take a listen to this little video I've prepared for folks who are participating.
Floyd, what in the world's going on?
Everybody's getting gussied up for the big movie.
Hi, Court Howell here, producer of Mayberry Man, the series, and we are getting very close to kicking off production, and I'm sure you have lots of questions. This video is for folks who are participating either perhaps as an actor with a speaking role or background extras. And we assume that you've never been on a movie or television set before. Some of you probably have on the Mayberry Man movie, but we want to go over certain expectations, some terminology, some do's and don'ts of production. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about wardrobe. Unless you're watching a period piece or something with exotic costumes, what the actors are wearing may go largely unnoticed. But it's important to understand that in motion pictures, everything you see is by design. The styles, the colors, the combinations of colors. It's always on purpose. Now, if you're going to be a background extra or an actor, you need to think about your wardrobe options now, and it's always better to have more options than not enough. For the most part, you should wear what any citizen would wear in a small town like Mayberry, North Carolina, in the present day. If you have a speaking role or you are a recurring extra, meaning you'll be appearing in multiple episodes, you should have at least 5 wardrobe options, if not more.
However, copyrighted and trademarked images are off limits.
So that means no Andy Griffith Show graphics. We simply can't show copyrighted or trademarked images or designs. Shirts with visible brand names are also off limits. If you're wearing one of these, we will have to put your back to the camera or place you far enough away so that the logo is not readable. So what should you wear? We do encourage bright colors. Solid colors are always a safe bet, but avoid solid white or solid black unless it's part of a layered look. Busy patterns are hit and miss. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And for some scenes, we might be going for more of a Mayberry type look as seen in the original show. If you have clothes like this in your closet, consider bringing them with you or including photos if requested by our wardrobe department. Mayberry Man Season 1 is one long story that takes place over 4 episodes, so we will be shooting it like just a long movie. So scenes from Episode 1 and Episode 4 could be filmed on the same day. In fact, in the morning we could be shooting a scene that takes place during the summer, and by evening it could be Christmas time. So plan to bring all of your wardrobe changes with you each day. It's always better to have too many options than not enough. You should be contacted by our wardrobe department or extras coordinator ahead of time. But if you have a smaller role or you're a background extra, we may not select your wardrobe until the day of production. But regardless, bring multiple options on the day of filming. Being a background extra or an actor on a film, it's a job, and so we hope you will approach it like one. Not to sound like a broken record, but we are on a very limited budget, so we ask for your patience and understanding in all things from how quickly we get information out to you, to parking instructions and accommodations on set. We won't have dressing rooms or fancy green rooms where you can relax during unavoidable downtime, so please come prepared accordingly and with the proper mindset. Things you'll want to bring with you. A lawn chair is a good idea. Water and snacks, something to read during downtime, sunscreen if you're going to be outside, a jacket or sweater, maybe even an umbrella, comfortable shoes because you may be required to do a lot of walking depending on the location or the scene you're working on. And of course, all of your wardrobe options and any special props or accessories required for your role. In the film industry, the time you're expected to show up ready to work is called your call time. While you should receive your work dates well in advance, you may not receive your specific call time until the night before. Our goal is always to provide tomorrow's call time by the end of today's work, but sometimes a late notice is unavoidable. We also use something called a call sheet. A call sheet lists all sorts of important details about the shoot day. Call times, locations, cast, what scenes are being filmed, and so on. You may or may not receive a call sheet. If you're part of the official crew or you have a speaking role that day, you should be listed on the call sheet. Background extras and volunteers typically don't receive call sheets. Let's talk about meals. Head counts for meals are carefully budgeted and planned each day based on the cast and crew scheduled. If you're an actor or crew member listed on the official call sheet that day and you're currently working when lunch is called, then lunch will be provided for you. However, because we are on such a limited budget, we cannot afford to feed background extras and volunteers. We appreciate your contribution to the project, and if we had the budget, we would feed everyone. But it's simply not possible for a small project like this. So please plan accordingly if you're scheduled to work a full day as an extra. If you ever have any doubt about whether you're included in lunch or not, just ask one of the assistant directors or your extras coordinator. Okay, now let's talk about some fun stuff. Working on set. It can be a lot of fun, but it can also be confusing if it's your first time. Here are a few things you might find helpful. The assistant director runs the set. The assistant director is also called the AD. Think of him or her as your drill sergeant. They will be polite but firm, so pay attention and follow their lead. The AD will use terms like first position or back to one. That means go to your starting position for the scene. You may be asked to participate in blocking a scene. Blocking is the process of figuring out where the actors stand and move around during the scene. Camera blocking is a similar process to determine where the cameras need to be to capture that scene. When it's time to film a scene, several things will happen. There will be a call to roll sound, a call to roll camera. Then they'll mark the scene with the slate. All this time you're standing by. If you're a background extra, or background for short, you don't start your action until you hear the AD yell, "Background action." If you're a main talent, you wait for the next call, which is action.
And background action. Action.
Stop. What
Put it down.
Yeah,
Stop.
Hey, Mr. Stone. Mr. Stone. Welcome to Mayberry Man.
Unless you have scripted dialogue or the AD instructs you to speak out loud, background conversation should all be pantomimed. It's important that we capture the actors' lines without background noise for editing purposes. Background conversations, often called walla in the industry, and other background noise are added during post-production.
Oh, hey, Shane, weren't you just...
Hey, this is Chris Stone.
Oh, hey, Chris Scott.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
That figure eight.
Hey, Shane.
Hey.
Hey, weren't you just...
Oh, this is Chris Stone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
So, man.
You know, from Death Figure 8?
No.
Hopefully this helps get you up to speed a little bit and make it a little less mysterious when you show up on set. Now, if you haven't joined us yet and become a participant in Mayberry Man the series, it's not too late. You can go to mayberryman.com where you can still contribute to the project and claim a perk that allows you to be a background extra, or there might even be a speaking role available. So we hope you can join us, and we look forward to seeing you on the set of Mayberry Man the series.
So hopefully you learned a little something in there and got a little into the weeds specific to the people that are showing up to participate in Mayberry Man the series. But like I said, it's not too late to join us. If you were thinking about it, wanted to still jump in, you can go to mayberryman.com and you can still participate. We'd love to have you. And not just in Indiana, but also North Carolina on September 20th, 21st. And then if you want to make a little trip out to Hollywood like the Taylors did, we can have you come join us in November out there. There's still plenty of opportunities for speaking roles and featured extras and things like that in the Los Angeles scenes. We'll be shooting a full week, jam-packed in November out there. So just a reminder is for anyone who backs the project on Indiegogo, that's the original campaign or our current campaign that you can find at mayberryman.com, we are including these bonus perks of a copy of the shooting script for Lost in Space that my father, Hoke Howell, appeared in. It's a PDF digital copy of his shooting script with his notes and all that stuff. And then also the Mountain Wedding script that Hoke Howell played Dud Wash. He was in, and it's a really interesting script. We've done a video or two about it. Go back and watch that. I think you would want a copy of this. So if you haven't backed the project, even at the lowest level, I think these two perks, bonus perks that everybody's going to get, I think you'd really appreciate it. And you get a full digital copy of the original Mountain Wedding script, complete with Hoke Howell's notes on it and all the changes that they made during shooting. There's deleted scenes. There's all sorts of cool stuff in that script. So if you haven't backed the project and if you love Mayberry, I think it's worth at least the minimum contribution to get those items. I think you'll enjoy them. Also, we have a couple of fun perks that are going to go away soon, probably. One, certainly, when we get to Mount Airy, we have Lunch with the Fun Girls with Dixie Griffith and Michelle Bryson. Dixie is obviously Andy Griffith's daughter. We have a few seats left for a private lunch with them on Thursday of Mayberry Days week. So if you're going to get into town soon enough to take advantage of that, it'll be a private dinner, and I'll probably join you. I love a good meal at the Loaded Goat, one of our good partners in this project. And then we also have opportunities for you to actually call action on the set. And so we'd love to have you call action for a scene. And that's just another fun perk that we think people will enjoy. So I have someone who's going to join me now, and she's been working tirelessly behind the scenes. And let's bring her on. It's Carrie Brown. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Let me zoom in here a little bit.
I'm good. How are you?
How are things going for you, Carrie?
Busy. I have been making notes all day and tracking people down and getting answers to questions and whatever. I was really hoping to get the emails out to extras today, but there is no way that's going to happen. But I do have a call with our wardrobe stylist tonight, and hopefully I'll be able to get that done tomorrow.
So Carrie is, we said we need some extra help. And Carrie just dropped everything and traveled from Georgia, right? You're based in Georgia, to Indiana. And she's been on site with us. And she's been asked to help with wardrobe, with extras coordinating. She coordinated the extras last time, and we gave you a lot more time, and you partnered with Vicki Drescher on that. And so you guys had more lead time and everything. We've just kind of thrown you into it this time because you're an old pro, right?
Don't know about that, but yeah.
So there's fewer extras to deal with this time, but because we're not really doing a festival for the whole project like we did last time. But so you might be hearing from Carrie if you're a background extra or even a talent, because as we're really ramped up this week, we've staffed up, ramped up, but Carrie is coming on as a volunteer. So be nice to her.
Please and thank you.
Yeah. So, but I'm sure people are excited to hear that things are happening. What are your thoughts? You've even landed a role in Mayberry Man, the series.
Which I did not know about until like the night before I came up here, and it wasn't even one of y'all that told me.
That's right, because someone directed you to our site for people that are participating, and we have the cast list there, and there you were on the cast list. So, but it's a fun little role that you're perfectly suited for. Carrie. There's a scene that involves kind of a gruff gentleman interacting with a Mayberry citizen, and the Mayberry citizen is supposed to be bright-eyed and bubbly, and we thought, who better than Carrie to be a bubbly, bright-eyed Mayberry citizen?
Well, thanks for the compliment. I'm getting production text as we're talking, so this, y'all, it doesn't stop.
Well, I did invite a lot of people to join me if they could, and I didn't hear back from anybody. So I figured everybody is just nose down working.
Oh, yeah.
And I know there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and we got an early day tomorrow. We'll be scouting locations and things like that. But any thoughts, Carrie? While we have kind of a large group here to broadcast any information about wardrobe direction, things like that, I kind of touched on this idea that the series covers basically summer to Christmas, and that they should think about wardrobe options if they're participating as a background extra or an actor. Any other thoughts? Anything you've come across in talking to folks about planning for wardrobe?
So far, the majority of wardrobe is going to need to be summer wardrobe. Y'all know the drill. Most of our extras are people that were in the movies. Y'all are, like Court said, y'all are old pros. So, no logos, no crazy patterns, all that kind of stuff. So just, there is, I believe, a small scene that will take place at Mayberry Fest, but then at other times you're just like normal Mayberry citizens. We will need a couple of people to have like a waiter, waitress, hostess type outfit. So we'll need that. And then of course at Christmas, we're not in Pennsylvania or anything, we're in
Wisconsin.
Yeah, we're not.
Carolina.
Yeah, we're set in North Carolina, so dress accordingly. We don't need you bundled up in a big parka. Sweaters, jackets, that sort of thing. But that's only like 2 days that we're filming. That's going to be Christmas. So the majority of it will be summer. One thing I would stress, because people didn't really do this last time, is be sure to bring extra changes with you in case we need to change that, because people did not really do that last time. So we weren't really able to switch people out if we need to be on a different day, or even, okay, we've got too many people in blue shirts, we need somebody in here with a green shirt, or, whatever, that we can have you switch out. So please, please, please bring extra wardrobe with you to set every day. You may not need it, but if we need it, it's very handy to have it there with you.
Exactly. So what you do with a script is you kind of do a day breakdown, and you go through the whole story and you figure out what are the days, how many days take place here. And so you could be in the same location shooting a couple of different scenes, but they're different days in the story. So everybody's got to have a different change of clothes on. And this whole idea is like, well, I wear this outfit all the time doesn't work in show business. It needs to be different. And so if you're working as an extra or even an actor with a speaking role, you might be scheduled for one day, but you may have a line in 2 or 3 different scenes, and you need to have different changes for each one of those. And it's not just, say you're in 3 scenes, it's not just have 3 changes. You have to have alternates for each of those changes. And the more options, the better, because if everybody shows up with a blue shirt, that's going to look terrible. So it's a hassle to put all that extra clothing, in your car or however you're traveling, especially if you're flying in or something like that. But more options are better. Again, if we had millions of dollars, we would have a wardrobe department. And they would have a whole room with racks and racks of clothes, and it wouldn't be an issue. They would choose exactly what they want you to wear, but that's just not the scale of this project. So I think that's great advice. And it does give you more options to, if you're organizing or coordinating the extras and they say, we need 3 people, we need 5 people for this scene, whatever, it does give you more flexibility to invite people to participate, because you don't want to be stuck there and only be able to do one scene, and you've kind of gone to all this trouble to participate. So great advice. Anything else you want to add?
I will say that we are not going to be having y'all turn in wardrobe photos this time. We simply do not have the time or the manpower to take care of that right now. No. So I will try to, it will either or and whatever, be posted on the special website, and or I will include sample photos in the emails that I send to y'all with some ideas of wardrobe options. Again, y'all done this before, so you should have a pretty good idea, but I will try to put a few photo options on there as examples.
And we do have newcomers, and we have people watching that aren't going to be showing up and participating on set. So please bear with us. We just know that our most faithful viewers are participating. So that's why we're going over this. It's a great way to get the word out. And even if you're not participating, you may participate in season 2, right? So it's educational, and it gives you a little idea of the complexity of film production. I've been doing it for 30 years, and you still never realize until it's on top of you just how much there is to do. And I know you get slammed into it, Carrie. This is your second time around. And but even those of us who've done it our whole careers, you can just never anticipate how much work it is. And so we appreciate your help, Carrie. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, speaking of that real quick, I am going to be asking a few of my extras to pitch in and help out, because as far as I know, I'm the only person handling extras right now. So I'm definitely going to need some people helping me wrangle and stuff. But we also are going to need some volunteers to help. The lady with the art department asked me today if I could ask a couple of people to help her decorate the square for Christmas and whatever. So if you're willing to help out, please just let me know, and there's definitely room for you to help.
Well, and we've had people along the way offer to help, right? Because we said we're trying to bring in more professionals, more people with industry experience to really round out our crew, and we have done that in the key positions. So we're not trying to put people into positions where they're having to figure it all out. So, but we do need those volunteers. We do need that help, and you are welcome to help. Now that we're kind of staffed up in those key positions, as Carrie was saying, now's the time where we can actually say, yes, we would love your help. So there is an email address. It's crew, CREW, crew@mayberryman.com. So if you're wanting to help, that is, here, let me type it up real quick, just so everyone can see it. Sorry, on the fly. And so crew@mayberryman.com is an email that you could say, hey, I'm going to be in Danville, or I live locally in Indianapolis, or I live in Mount Airy or nearby Mount Airy, and would love to help out. And then that way you email us, we can kind of direct that to the right department head, whether it's art department or the assistant director team that handles talent. Could be catering or craft services, which is the snacks and things like that. So that's the email to use for that. If you are in the area and available to help, just be warned, if you volunteer. How long are the days, Carrie?
I don't know what our call times are going to be, but they're all day pretty much. Yeah, like you're on set by what, 6 a.m. probably, and that was one particular night I could think of that I did not get off set till 8 p.m. But that was a little unusual. Yeah. But we do have an all-night shoot this time, so that one will definitely be extensive.
Right. So not that you have to volunteer for that entire duration. The standard call time for this project is 7 a.m. I've told our line producer, I really want to try to keep it to 10-hour days. The movie was more structured as a 12-hour day project, and we used all of that and then some. This one should be a little better contained. But even if it's a couple of hours, few hours, that's always helpful as well. Mm-hmm. So we appreciate your help. And I'm going to let you go, Carrie, because I'm sure you got emails to get out and things like that. And we appreciate you coming to Indiana early, and you'll be with us throughout the month, right? In Mount Airy as well, and then back in Indiana again, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, Carrie, and we will see you in the morning.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
So if you have questions, I know there were some questions. We tried to answer them as we were going there. Throw them in the comments real quick, and I'll try to address them. But we're excited. Things are coming together. There's a lot of things that are just still in the works. And we ask that you bear with us communication-wise. Our schedule has really been sort of evolving, and even today we were writing new scenes that need to go into the script. So rather than give you information that's going to change, we've been just holding off as long as we can till we know what's happening. So just a quick review of the schedule. Again, you can see the general schedule of shoot days at mayberrymanseries.com. If you're a confirmed cast member or crew member or extra, you should have access to that private web address, the URL, that'll give you even more detailed information. If you don't have it, email crew@mayberryman.com, or whoever your point person is who you may have heard from, whether it be Cammie or Carrie or Nancy. If you're involved, you would know these names, hopefully. But anyway, but the first week in Danville, the two big days that we need lots of our extra participation are Thursday the 15th and Friday the 16th. As Carrie was saying, Friday is a night shoot. So you'll be able to wear a jacket because it's going to be a Christmas scene. So, but as long as people can stay, we'll be shooting, and I'm sure we'll be shooting beyond the time that our extras can help, because you're all going to fall asleep on your feet. But so the extras, just quick, I saw a question pop up. Extras are being contacted as we speak. So if you haven't received an email, you will very shortly, probably within the next 24 hours with the days. But I'm giving you a big heads up on the major days that, like, all extras are. We hope that you'll show up either on the 15th and 16th of September. And then there's a big day in North Carolina on September 20th. So those are the big days where it's like all hands on deck, where we have kind of bigger crowd scenes. And then the smaller days, we're going to divvy it up and try to make it fair to get everybody involved the best we can. Some people are, backed us at the recurring extra level where you're promised multiple episodes. So we want to make sure we're honoring that. So we had another helper join me behind the scenes here. I'm going to add him because he's been helping with some stuff as well. Let me bring on Jeff Gossett. You know him as Rayfield. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Hey, Court. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. You've been helping out behind the scenes with a little casting.
Yeah.
We haven't quite put you to work on the manual labor stuff, but I'm sure that's coming your way.
I'll be there. You know that.
Absolutely. So have you been studying your lines?
I've looked through them. I wouldn't say I haven't memorized yet, but I'm sure I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be Rayfield. So
all right.
I'll
Well,
be
you
fine.
guys. Okay, so Rayfield had a small part in the original movie, and then Stark sort of took that and ran with it with Rayfield and Reggie, who's played by Butch Ruffner, and you guys have a much more substantial role, and both have substantial roles in this series, and we're going to pay you the same, so that's good for us. But there's a fun little running storyline with Shane, played by Jacob Winter, that I think people are going to really enjoy. So, so you better deliver the goods. We're counting on you, Jeff.
I'll do it.
But Jeff has also been helping cast a particular role. It's sort of a mysterious character, not quite as significant as the old man at the Mayberry Trading Post, but kind of a similar type role in a way. Kind of an old guy with some mystic qualities. And do you want to talk a little bit about where you found this character?
I'll give you a rundown real quick. I'll try to make it quick. So this character is playing. Can we say his name in the script?
Sure.
Can we say what he's playing? Mr. Peterson, and he's going to be a.
Well, it's not just Mr. Peterson. It's Old Man
Peterson. And he's probably going to beat out Ronnie Shell as the oldest cast member in the series.
Well, that's quite an accomplishment.
Because he turned 92 last week, I think.
All right.
So he's 92, and he's going to be. Can I say what he's going to be? He's going to be the mystical Dowser. Can I say that?
Yeah, we can go about that far. That's probably the limit.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of
he's
a water
excited.
issue. Yeah, there's a little bit of a water issue.
Yeah,
They need to find a source of water, and so he's a dowser.
Yeah, he is. He's our chain sharpener and chainsaw mechanic. And when I seen you guys had that role available, I called Stark and I said, "Hey, I know this guy. He's got a look, and I think it's probably the look you're looking for. He looks a lot like one of the old guys that would have been sitting on the bench in front of the courthouse around town whittling, smoking a pipe or whatever,
Yeah.
He looks a lot like that. So I went out and seen him, fully expecting him to probably say no. And to my surprise, he was extremely excited.
Well, so he's our Burt Mustin.
Yes, a boy actor, as Burt would call himself. Yeah, he's excited about it. His wife is helping him with his lines. His youngest son, who's a year older than me, knew all about Mayberry Man series coming up and everything. He was very familiar with what we've done and are trying to do now, and they've all watched the movie now. I know you've had a couple Amazon Prime rentals because they went and
Well, that's
seen
good
the
because we
movie.
need it. We need the help. I have no idea what's going on with the budget at this point. We just keep putting out fires with money, and it's getting scary. So hopefully we'll have something left to shoot in November. But we appreciate your help, Jeff. You always come through and you make things happen, and so we're looking forward to seeing you and Butch in your new expanded roles and some fun scenes. They're fun scenes. So
They are.
And they're coming
gonna
up
be fun.
first. You're working the first day of production, aren't you?
Yeah, first and second day, and then we're going to be around Thursday and Friday. So we'll be there the whole time.
All right, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's definitely going to be fun. And if there's anybody out there that, if you've been waiting, your time's running out. Don't pass this up. You know.
All right. Well, we'll stand by. I have a quick message from Floyd the barber.
All right.
Hey, this is Floyd from Mayberry Man the movie. Hey, there's still time to be involved in Mayberry Man the series. Oh, you're going to want to do that too. Oh, don't miss out. There's a lot of fun to be had. You really want to do that. Oh, if you come on set, maybe I'll even trim your hair for you. Well, if you don't want me to, I don't have to. But if you want it, you can do that too. Come on and join us.
I had to get the commercial in there.
Of course.
But
either. Good old Al. You couldn't pick a better guy to do it.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're going to be spending a lot of time with Alan because he's coming into Indiana. He's working the whole time in Indiana, and then he's not even going to go home. He's going to go straight to Mayberry Days. Yeah,
Right.
we've got stuff in Mount Airy with him, and then he's going to do Mayberry Days, and then he's coming straight back to Indiana. And we've got 2 solid days with scenes with him and Rick Roberts, where these scenes are very much going to feel like Andy and Barney in the courthouse, sitting around the courthouse and dealing with problems and doing all that sort of stuff. So we're excited about that. There's a lot of fun stuff. We're not remaking the Andy Griffith Show. We're not trying to replace it. We're just trying to do something in the same spirit and make it feel like the Andy Griffith Show without copying or trying to imitate, because you can never replace it. And I think Stark has done a really good job with the script. A lot of people have been contributing as well along the way. Every time we do like a read through or something like that, I just think it keeps getting better. So I think he's got a really good script now, and he's got his nose to the grindstone, planning out these scenes and doing all that stuff as director that he needs to do. So it's coming together. So we'll see you next week, Jeff. I'll let you go, and I thank you for joining me.
I can't wait, and thanks for having me, Court. God bless you guys for all you're doing for us Mayberry fans.
Oh, absolutely.
We really appreciate it.
Our pleasure. All right. Thanks, Jeff. And that's going to do it for this edition. We kind of went on a little long. Just had a couple of guests there that I thought made it a little more fun. And hopefully, if you're going to participate, you've been educated a little bit on what's coming down the pike. I know information has been a little bit slow to get out to you, just because when we do communicate, we want it to be accurate, and we don't want to be changing things constantly on you. So that's it for this week. Probably no lives for a while. I don't know if we'll see how Wednesday goes, see if Jeff nails his lines and we get done early enough. We could jump on from, during production, but we'll see next week. All right. Thanks, everyone.